midnight screams.
Knock, knock, knock. I drag myself out of bed and tap the wall above me 3 times. The plaster is cold under my knuckles, and the echo hums like the house is listening. Mom used to say it didn't like surprises. Slippers on, bed made, corners tight, sheets smooth. Pillows must touch at the corners. Window open, door open, closet check. Check again. Open, shut, pause. Open, shut, move on. I sigh as I approach the door. Light on, off, on, off. Then to the window again. Curtains pulled halfway, then fully, then half again. The folds have to line up. I run my finger along the sill for 10 seconds. Dust gathers beneath my nail. I wipe it away after counting out loud. The floorboards creak as I step into the hallway. I count each one. 7. Always 7. If I don't hear the creaks, I start again. The bathroom mirror waits for me, fogged, though the air is cold. I breathe on it and draw a small circle before stepping into the shower for 3 minutes. 2 cold, 1 hot. The steam frames my circle in the mirror. I stare at it. My reflection looks tired. I whisper good morning to her, then wipe the glass clean. The streaks have to fade evenly. In the kitchen, everything feels quieter. The hum of the fridge, the soft scrape of the chair against tile. I make tea in the same mug, with the same teaspoon. The water must boil first, but stop just before the bubbles. No steam. Then pour. Wait 3 breaths before adding the milk. The spoon must rest straight across the rim when I'm done stirring. I set the mug down and walk to the sink. I take the cup from the bench and place it in the sink. It hadn't been used, but it had to be there. Now the tap has to run, cold first, then hot, then cold again. I let it flow as I sip my tea. After 10 mouthfuls, I turn off the water and let the quiet fill the room. The clock ticks in the next room. I count 6 seconds, then listen for the creak above me. The ceiling always answers with one soft pop, like a sigh. Only then can I breathe. Mom used to say the house doesn't like surprises. She would whisper it every morning, soft enough that I thought she was talking to the walls. After doing my makeup, I grabbed my coat, opened the front door, and carried her quiet insistence with me. My phone vibrates. I smile at the movement because I know exactly who it is. Meet you at the usual place, babe? Absolutely. The street feels alive in a way the house never does. Cars hum in the distance. A dog barks somewhere behind a fence, and the sound of my shoes on the pavement feels light. I catch a rhythm in the tapping. I almost want to match it, then shake my head. It passes. By the time I reach the cafe, the morning finally feels ordinary. My head isn't counting. The folds, the water, the creaks, they all stay behind the door. I let myself smile at the reflection in the glass, letting the thoughts of Luke perk me up. He's already there, near the window, that lopsided grin he can't hide. "Hey," he says, standing to kiss my cheek. "You look good." "Do I?" I smile back. "You seem tired?" "Late night." He stifles a yawn. "Work stuff." We sit, the usual spot. His black coffee arrives, while I get my latte. The barista knows our order now and makes it without our input. She winks at the both of us playfully as Luke hands her cash. "How's the house?" Luke asks, once we've settled. "Gotten any better since Mom?" I stir my drink slowly. The same still. I sigh. A pause. A small, private memory surfaces. Mom standing by the kettle, turning it off before it fully boils. I shake it away. He reaches over, hand covering mine. Okay, I won't talk about her. What about you? Are you okay? Yeah, I say, letting the feeling pass through me, fleeting. It's hard. Definitely quieter now. An employee taps from the counter, making me catch my breath for a second. 1, 2, 3. I let it go. Luke's hand is still there. I just follow my routines. Feels like she's still there sometimes, I say quietly. Wait, as in like a morning routine? His brow furrows, curiosity mixed with concern. Yeah. I trace the rim of my mug, letting the warmth steady me. She made me do it. I've always done it. I think it's OCD. Luke blinks, surprised. You think? I nod, shrugging. Obsessive-compulsive disorder. That's what it feels like to me. Counting, aligning, checking. It's all too familiar. He leans back, silent for a moment, letting my words sink in. So it's not just like making your bed then having your toast? I shake my head, almost embarrassed. Not really. It's a lot more than that. I glance at him, letting the pause speak for me. I look at the lovely man in front of me, noticing the way he watches me, the way his eyes soften but his mind is clearly racing. I still struggle to fathom life without him, even though it's only been a few months. His mouth begins to move again. Okay, I've never noticed it out here. Not at work or here, Luke says, brow furrowed. No, I reply, stirring my latte. It's at home, only at home. I don't understand. Is it just the morning? I shake my head, feeling the memory grip me. Night as well. I haven't slept at another person's house in, well, I don't know how long. One time, I snuck out and tried to stay at a friend's place, but by the time I got there, I had to go home. I didn't do the thing. He studies me quietly, his hand still over mine. The thing? The routines, the counting, the aligning. It's not optional. If I don't do it, I feel wrong. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I have to do it. I look down at my mug, tracing the rim. That's why you only see me during the day. I have to do it. Luke leans back, his chair creaking as it rocks. Gently. My leg bounces steadily, betraying the tension I try to hide. You know, if you want, you could stay at my place tonight, he offers. My heart skips. I look up at him, surprised. I don't know. I just said that. His hand steadies my vibrating thigh, and I flutter. Don't worry. I'll help you. Make sure you're safe. You don't have to go home and do the things if you don't want to. His other hand tightens over mine. Gentle, but grounding. A warmth spreads through me, almost making me forget the counting, the aligning, the rituals. I can't help the little smile that spreads across my face. You'd do that. Of course, he says softly. I just want you to feel normal for once. No routines, no panic, no rules. I bite my lip, trying to steady my racing heart. The thought of being somewhere else, with him, even just for one night, makes me swoon inside. Almost like I could belong somewhere else. Then his tone shifts, hesitant but determined. Maybe, after tonight, you could try skipping one small thing. Just one. See how it feels. I freeze. The idea stabs into me like a knife. My fingers tighten around the mug. Skip something? Yeah, he says, gentle, coaxing. Nothing crazy, just break the pattern, even a little. You might see it's not as bad as it feels. I swallow hard. My chest tightens. My mind flashes through countless mornings and nights. The ceiling creaks, the mirror, the doors, the lights. The house would be unattended. It needs me. Then I glance at him again, at the concern in his eyes, the soft curve of his mouth, and my chest softens. I want to trust him. I want to try, just this once. The day passes almost too quickly. With Luke, time feels soft and forgiving. I can sit without counting, touch without aligning, breathe without checking. But it seems over before I can truly enjoy it. The thought of going home, lingering in the back of my mind. As we arrive at his apartment, I take in its colors, its smell and style. I smile again in genuine happiness, seeing someone else's residence. He hands me a spoon unexpectedly, and I place it down in surprise. See? He says, grinning when I leave it tilted at an angle on the counter. You're fine. My smile begins to fade as the unease tugs at me. The small freedoms feel dangerous, almost indulgent. I try to vent the situation to him. I tell him about Mom, the rituals she demanded, the way they filled every morning and night. The house doesn't like surprises, she would always say. At night, I murmur, Mom would make me do it all again. Washing, lights, doors, mirrors, beds. Not just chores, but silly things like placing one glass on the bench, then moving it after 20 seconds, counting the creak of the boards 7 times, tapping the walls, tracing the windowsill, water on, water off, 2 minutes cold, 1 hot, and if I didn't, the feeling would start. The horrible, crawling, pressing feeling. He reaches for my hand, gentle and coaxing. And now you're letting it rest, just for today, he says. Just this one day. I nod, warmed by his presence. The thought of staying feels intoxicating. His fingers brush through my hair, linger along my wrist. His smile, the curve of his mouth, the way he leans in. It makes my chest ache in a way that has nothing to do with panic. I could stay here. I swallow hard, the words tangling in my throat. I think. He tilts my chin, eyes searching mine. You don't have to do anything tonight. I just want you here, with me. Just try. My chest tightens as my mind flashes forward, imagining the night. The bed he has, the soft light, the quiet. But also the ceiling that doesn't creak the right way, the mirrors that won't fog correctly, the closet doors that won't line up. The first stirrings of panic take hold. You'll be safe, he murmurs, brushing his hand over my cheek. I promise. I take a trembling breath and nod. Okay, I'll try. Even as the words leave me, the creeping tension begins. By late evening, I'm still with him, laughing softly at the movie we watch, holding his hand, leaning against him while the city hums outside. It feels like peace, a false peace. Then the whispers begin. Midnight approaches, and the house in my mind awakens. Luke notices my discomfort, takes both my hands in his. You got this. I shake my head, panic tightening my chest. The pressure starts to mount. I can't. Not tonight. I'll feel it. He hesitates, then leans closer, soft but insistent. Babe, it's okay. Stay with me. I'm here to help. I bite my lip, trembling. Desire, trust, fear, each one pulling in opposite directions. The whisper grows into a growl, my mother's voice crawling through my head. I can almost feel it on my skin. The breaths come. I can't breathe all of a sudden. I stand abruptly. I have to go. Luke's expression softens, concern and confusion in his eyes. Okay, let me drive you at least. No! I shout. The feeling in my head grows louder, angrier. My heart flexes into a contortion I didn't think possible, making the room spin. I've never felt something like it before in my life. Mom was right. I had to go home. I leave without another word. Luke's cries of worry follow me out as I run. The journey home is frantic. Every step pounds in rhythm with a growing panic. I count them to stay focused. I can't see the ground properly, but I make out the shapes of the concrete squares, 2 steps in each, then to the next. I count the parked cars as I pass, starting again if I see a white one. No matter what I do, the house screams in my mind. I have to be home. I burst through the door, the familiar smells and quiet overwhelming me. It feels like stepping back into someone else's skin. I had to make it right. I start immediately to the bedroom. I knock on the wall 3 times. I strip the bed and remake it. Corners perfect. Pillows just touching. Sheets straight. Closed window. Closed door. Closet doors opened and shut in precise repetition. Curtains drawn, then half, then fully. Lights flicked on, off, Finger along the sill. Hallway. Count the floorboards creaks. 7. Always 7. Bathroom. Fog mirror. Draw circle. The water, 2 minutes cold, 1 hot. Mirror wiped in careful circles until the streaks fade evenly. Kitchen. Boil the kettle. No bubbles or steam. Tap water running cold, hot, cold. Everything in its place, exactly how it should be. The horrible feeling creeps up, inch by inch. It starts in my stomach, low and sour, climbing toward my throat. Mom's voice murmurs insistently in my head, that same hushed, rhythmic chant she used to whisper when I was little. Do it. Do it now. In the bedroom, as I prep for bed, I glance at the clock. It's almost midnight. The feeling should be fading by now, but it isn't. It's getting worse. What did I forget? The bed, the window, the wall, the closet, the mirror, the kitchen, the cup. It's still in the sink. I run downstairs, skipping the creaking floorboards. The house feels as if it's to swallow me. Every corner seems to lean closer, every shadow pulsing with that same insistent breath. I pull the cup from the sink and place it on the counter. 20 seconds, that's all. My vision blurs. My chest tightens. The air feels thick and syrupy. Something's pressing behind my eyes, something that wants out. My whole body vibrates with alien energy. Hoping the seconds are correct, I slide the cup into its final resting place for the night. Silence rushes in like a wave. The clock strikes midnight, and then the groan. That deep, familiar creak and pop from the roof, long and satisfied. The pressure eases. The dread fades. I make the ponderous steps up the stairs before sinking into my bed, exhausted but safe. For tonight, the house is calm. I didn't even notice my phone buzzing in my bag. Missed calls, messages, his words spilling across the screen. Apologies if he'd seemed too forward, just wanting me to be okay. I passed out before I could reply. Morning comes in soft light, washing over the house. I lie still for a moment, listening. No creaks, no groans from the walls. The house is calm, obedient once again. I swing my legs over the side of the bed and start the day the only way I can. Knock the wall 3 times. Bed corners straightened, sheets smoothed, pillows just touching. Window open, door open. Closet doors opened and shut in precise repetition. Lights on and off in the sequence. Curtains drawn, then half, then fully. Aligning perfectly. Finger along the sill. Count the floorboards, creaks. 7, always 7. Fog the mirror, circle. Run a shower, 2 cold, 1 hot. Wipe the mirror. The feeling ebbs slowly, inch by inch, until the rhythm of the ritual quiets the whispers in my mind. I finish in the kitchen with the final steps as I place the damned cup into the sink and wait for the groan. Mum's whispers fade, dissolving into the morning hum. The house is satisfied. I can finally breathe. Even then, I still feel as if I've forgotten something, a thread left hanging. A strange feeling for something I've done for decades. Ever since I was a girl, that fear lingers, crawling along the edges of my mind like frost. I hold on to my determination. For now, that is enough. I glance at my phone, at the missed calls and concerned messages. I type back carefully. I'm fine, thank you. I stay home today, working on my hobbies and watching mindless videos online. The world feels too much for me today. I send a brief apology to Luke. He understands wholeheartedly. By the end of the day, I am mentally wrecked, bracing myself for tomorrow and what work will demand. I prepare to perform my night routines when suddenly a knock comes from the door. Luke stands there, a box of chocolates in hand, smiling softly. Mind if I come in? He apologizes, and I reassure him it's not him at all. In fact, I wanted what he was thinking. It's fine, I say. It's something I'm used to. Hopefully, I'll fall out of fashion with it eventually. If you really need to leave, you can do so at any time. I won't try to hold you back. I smile faintly, taking the chocolates from him. No, it's fine. It's all just new to me. I understand, he says, his voice softening. You rushed out so fast last night. I just wanted to make sure you're okay. He looks around the living room as if expecting to see ghosts that keep me tethered here. His eyes linger on the folded blankets, the lined-up coasters, the neat symmetry of the curtains. I can feel his quiet curiosity brushing against the edges of my order. It's very, he starts, then hesitates. Particular? I offer, setting the chocolates down. He laughs nervously. I was going to say neat, but yeah, particular fits. The silence after his laugh feels heavy, but not unpleasant. He sits on the couch, and I join him, close enough that I can smell the faint scent of cologne and coffee clinging to him. His warmth feels almost dangerous. I hate seeing you like this, he says quietly. So scared of being outside this place. I'm not scared, I reply. I can't ignore it. The house needs balance. It's always been that way. He watches me, searching my face for something. And what if, just once, you didn't do it? What if nothing happens? The air seems to thicken. My pulse kicks up. Luke, I whisper, please don't. He reaches for my hand, thumb brushing against my wrist. I'm not trying to. Push. I just don't want you to live in fear of. He glances around. This. I pull my hand away, gently. It's not fear. It's just how I do things. He exhales, frustrated but tender. You sound like a caretaker for something that doesn't exist. I smile faintly, though it doesn't reach my eyes. It's fine if you don't understand. Honestly, I'm so used to it that it doesn't bother me. The look on his face shifts, unease and annoyance. No, it definitely bothers you. I shake my head in disbelief. Sorry? Wait, no. That came out wrong. He adjusted himself and faced me. I just feel that, well, it doesn't sound like OCD. It's just a thing with this house. I continue to stare at him, uncomfortable. Maybe because of your mom. I feel the air in the room shift, colder. He said it so plainly, like he had peeled something open. My mom? I echo, my voice quiet. What about her? Luke hesitates, reading my expression. I mean, you said she made you do these things, right? Maybe you're just keeping them alive for her. He gives a half smile, trying to soften it, but the words feel sharp in the air. She's gone, Luke. I say flatly. I know, he sighs, rubbing his face. I didn't mean to sound rude. I just hate that you feel trapped by this. It's not about her. The words come out harder than I expect. I lower my gaze, twisting the fabric of my sleeve. It's the house. He leans forward. You talk like it's alive. Sometimes it feels that way. I murmur. It listens. It remembers. If I stop, it gets angry. There's a long pause. I can hear the refrigerator hum in the silence between us. Mom always said, the house doesn't like surprises. I murmur. Luke reaches for my hand again. I pull away again. I want to understand, he says gently. I really do. Maybe if I saw it. What do you do at night? I shake my head immediately. No, it's private. It's not for anyone else. I don't have to touch anything, he says quickly. Just watch. Keep you company. Make sure you're okay. I can feel my chest tightening again. That creeping awareness of the house around us, the walls, the corners, the weight of it listening. But there's something in his eyes that's hard to refuse. Warmth. Love. And you won't do anything? You'll let me do it? No trying to make me change things? Nope, I'm here for you. His smile melts me. Okay, I'll show you. I lead him up the stairs and through the hallway, my hands trembling slightly. The house feels different tonight, as if it's aware of him in its walls. Watching. The air seems stuffier, like the walls, like myself, are holding their breath. It starts here, I whisper, stopping by the open bedroom door. Luke nods, his expression soft, encouraging. I'll just watch, promise. I take a slow breath and begin. I walk in and stand by the bed, knock the wall 3 times. I strip the bed, then remake it. Bed corners straightened, sheets smoothed, pillows touching perfectly. Window and door closed. Check the closet. Check it again. Curtains drawn, then half, then fully. Finger along the sill. The motions are steady, automatic. Years of practice distilled into quiet precision. Luke stays silent. I can feel his eyes tracing every move I make. Count the floorboards' creaks. 7. Always 7. When I go to the mirror in the bathroom, he steps closer. I hesitate, the rhythm faltering for just a heartbeat. "You okay?" he whispers. "Shh," I say, sharper than I mean to. I soften my voice. "Sorry, we have to be quiet. It has to listen." He nods again, lips pressed together. I breathe on the mirror, draw the circle. Since I'm not showering, I use the tap. The water running cold for 2, then hot for 1. Wipe the mirror clean. The house creaks faintly, as if acknowledging me. By the time I reach the kitchen, I can feel the tension leaving my body, replaced by that strange, hollow calm. Luke follows, arms folded, uncertain. "You do this every night?" "Yes. Kettle on, but stop before boil. The tap runs. Cold. Hot. Cold. I take the cup from the sink, place it on the bench. Silence fills the room. Now I wait 20 seconds, then slide the cup to its final position. And voila, he nods. I don't know what I see in his face. I try to laugh it off, heat rising to mine. God, this is so embarrassing. You probably think I'm a freak or something. No, of course not. He steps behind me, wrapping his arms around tight. His warmth presses against me. I sigh, just a little. "You have your quirks. That's fine," he murmurs. "Thank you," I whisper. I reach for the cup, but his voice cuts in, gentle, curious. "What if you didn't do that?" I pause, frowning. "It's not done yet. It has to go there." I point to the exact spot. I need to hear the creak of approval. The creak? Yea, the roof creaks after I place the cup there. I go to move it, but his hands hold me still. "Listen," he says. "Just listen." He points upward. A long, groaning sound ripples through the ceiling. The familiar voice of the house. My stomach drops. "No, that's wrong. It hasn't been placed yet." "Babe," he says softly, smiling. "It's what old houses do." He crosses to the sink and turns on the tap. Lets it run, then shuts it off. Watching him break the rhythm feels like watching an altar be defiled. My chest tightens. "Wait for it," he says, checking his watch. At the 20-second mark, the house groans again. Another low creak from above. He smiles, triumphant. "See? I noticed your rituals involved water and taps. Those sounds, they're just pipes filling and draining. That's all." I want to believe him. I really do. For the first time in years, someone is here, in this house, and the walls haven't swallowed me whole. His warmth fills the space that's always felt so cold. Maybe I could believe him. "You're right," I nod. "It's just old pipes." Luke exhales, relieved, smiling that gentle smile of his. He kisses my forehead. "Exactly. You deserve peace." Peace. The word feels strange. We go upstairs together. The house groans faintly as we climb, like it's shifting in his sleep. I tell myself it's just the wood settling, that it doesn't mean anything. I don't count the steps. I keep my eyes on Luke, on the way he turns back every few seconds to make sure I'm still there. In the bedroom, I hesitate at the door. The familiar pull of habit tugs at my chest, a need to fix the corners of the bed, to draw the curtains in perfect halves. Even though I've done it, it lingers still. Luke's hand finds mine, and the impulse falters. "Hey," he murmurs. "Just breathe." I do. For once, I breathe deeply and let it all out. We sit on the bed, close enough that I can feel the heat of his body next to mine. The quiet stretches between us, gentle and human. When he reaches up to tuck a strand of hair behind my ear, my breath catches. His hand lingers on my cheek, tentative, as though afraid to break something fragile. "It's okay," I whisper, unsure if I'm saying it to him or myself. When he kisses me, it's slow, hesitant at first, like testing an old lock that hasn't been turned in years. Then warmer. His hands trace down my back, grounding me, reminding me I'm still flesh and blood, not a servant of walls and shadows. The house creaks once, but I ignore it. I close my eyes and let myself exist in this fragile, borrowed peace. We move together like it's something sacred, his breath against my neck, my hands clutching at him, as if he's the only thing anchoring me to the world. It's quiet, tender, reverent. A soft rebellion against everything that's kept me chained here. When it's over, he holds me close. The warmth between us hums like a heartbeat. I rest my head on his chest, listening. I try to stay in that moment, to believe that this warmth, this closeness, can drown out everything else. That maybe I can finally belong to someone instead of it. But underneath the sheets, my pulse won't slow. The walls feel too close. The air hums, faintly. Not quite a sound, more like a vibration running through the bones of the house. I bury my face in Luke's shoulder, forcing myself to ignore it. To ignore the itch in my palms that wants to knock 3 times. To ignore the whisper that starts behind the walls, low and muffled, a voice I've spent years obeying. I hold him tighter, pretend I don't feel it. The night stretches on, heavy and warm, and when the pull of sleep finally begins to drag me under, that feeling doesn't fade. It builds, crawling beneath my skin, pulling in my chest, a pressure I can't release. Then, from somewhere deep within the house, a clock chimes. Midnight. The pressure grows beneath my skin, curling through my chest and up into my head. I try to focus on Luke's warmth, the heartbeat beneath my ear. I tell myself it's nothing, that I'm fine. I repeat it like a mantra. Then, I woke up. The room is quiet. The sun bears through the open curtains. My body feels tight, alien bruised and exhausted, like I've been fighting in my sleep. My arms ache. My fingers throb. The faint smell of copper tingles my nose. I look down. My arms are bruised, 3 nails torn clean off. Blood covering my thumbs drips onto the sheets. Panic floods me as crimson stains bloom beneath me. I crawl forward, stomach churning, the metallic scent thickening with every inch. I reach the edge of the bed and see him on the floor. Luke. His body lies in impossible angles. His arms are shattered, bent in ways they shouldn't bend. His neck is twisted, grotesque, like it had been gripped by some unrelenting force. His face is a mask of horror, eyes gouged clean, sockets glistening with dark red pulp. The blood is still warm, congealing. Tiny rivulets trail from the bed, soaking into the floorboards. The coppery scent is thick enough to taste. I crawl backwards in the bed, gagging. My stomach lurches violently. My hands shake uncontrollably as I touch my own arms, feeling the sharp pain, the proof of my own hands, my own body. My mind spins. How could I? I don't remember. My chest tightens again. I scream. Why? My voice cracks, echoing off the walls. Why? The tears come fast, hot and bitter, streaming down my cheeks. My fingers clutch at the sheets, the mattress. The sobs shake me to the bone. My voice echoes through the house, and the house answers. Knock. I freeze, heart hammering. Knock. I listen. Knock. I glance behind me, where I always start. I wait for another impact, even though I already know it won't come. I stumble from the bed to his ruined body, my hands shaking as I try to gather myself. His blood sticks to my skin, the warmth of it grounding me in the horror of what I've done, what's been done. The smell is unbearable, metallic and sweet, clinging to the air, to me. I take the sheets from the bed and drape them over him, my hands trembling so violently I barely manage it. My knees buckle and I slump to the floor, staring at the ceiling, the walls, the shadows. My chest heaves. My mind screams. The house doesn't like surprises. I slowly pull myself from the floor and reach the back wall, still racked with sobs, my tears mixing with the blood on my face. I knock 3 times,